Well, Jurgen Klopp has been completing his final news conference as Liverpool manager, and Vinny O'Connor was there asking him the questions. Yeah, Vinny, hi there. How emotional was it in that press room?
Yeah, it was, Hayley, to be fair. I think a little bit from Jurgen Klopp himself, although he tried to hide it well. I think at times a few pauses here and then, a bit of a look away at times as well. But it was for us who were here week in, week out as well, because over the last 9 years or so, Jurgen Klopp has probably been the best manager that I've had to deal with. And certainly I think there's a number of people among the press corps here who feel the same. And when I talk about the best to deal with, it's the way he deals with us as a whole. The football that he's delivered for Liverpool, the success that we've had to report on as well. So in many ways, he's kind of been the entire package for us. And on top of that, of course, for him, he's been getting used to the fact that the weekend will be his last game as the Liverpool manager. I mean, he's had plenty of time, I suppose, in some ways to get used to it. But at the same time, there's been the emotion throughout the week as well. Photographs with members of staff. There was a photo call the other day at Anfield, lined up with all the trophies and all the staff around him as well. Goodbyes. There was a players' barbecue yesterday, for instance, as well. So it's been a pretty emotional week building up to that final goodbye at Anfield. And he was asked about it all today, and this is what Jurgen Klopp had to say a short while ago.
Yeah, most intense week of my life definitely was that. Now I said so often goodbye this week. So many people, great moments already. So we don't have to pretend it's a normal week, because it isn't. But on the other side, looking at the game, I said it as well this week already. I'm a very pragmatic person, and I very often try to save myself. And this is the last game of the season, yes. And after that is holiday. That's what I had for the last 24 years. So business as usual. Knowing that everything around the game, during the game, will be completely different. Yesterday, the players said goodbye in their way. We had a little barbecue here. It was really nice. The day before yesterday, I was with the staff of Chapel Street. It was really, really nice. Sun hit the stadium after that. Another goodbye celebration, whatever. It's a lot. And I had very emotional moments, of course, in between. Saying goodbye, I don't think is ever nice. But saying goodbye without feeling sad or feeling hurt or whatever, that would just mean that the time you spent together was not right and not great, and we had a great time. So it was always clear that it will be tough, and I know it will be tough.
Oh, it's been wonderful for the Premier League, hasn't he? But how does Klopp view his time there at Liverpool? As a success, Vinny?
Yeah, definitely. I think some of the emotion as well has come from the successes he's had off the pitch and the stories that he's been told in the past few weeks as well about how the success on the pitch has impacted people's lives, but also the gestures of kindness from Jurgen Klopp as well. We've seen that in the series that we've done this week, speaking to people like Margaret Aspinall, for instance, and Ted Morris from the Disabled Supporters Association, also Paula Mann from Cop Outs. But in terms of that success he's delivered on the pitch, well, we know that he won a European Cup, of course. He ended Liverpool's 30-year wait for a league title, Liverpool's first Premier League title. There was an FA Cup and League Cup double, a League Cup this season, of course, as well. They were obviously hoping to build on that. Unfortunately for them, the title challenge really petered out, but at the same time, he's also delivered a UEFA Super Cup and a Club World Cup as well. Yet he recognises that Liverpool could have delivered more in the time that he's been here. They did in total get to 3 European Cup finals, for instance, as well as a Europa League final as well. But at the same time, he leaves the club in pretty good shape. They have qualified for the Champions League next season. So therefore, when he looks at his time here at Liverpool, the 9 years or so that he's been in charge, then Jurgen Klopp can certainly look back on bringing success to this club.
For me, it's absolutely. I'm absolutely fine. I know we could have won more, but I cannot change that anymore. So I'm absolutely fine. We could have won less. It's possible as well. Not becoming champion for a point. It's not a great experience, but it's an experience and shows you that you are really good. That will not be in the history books, obviously. It's not, and then all the wins and then the nearly wins, they will not be there. I know that. That's life. But you cannot, if you are in it, you cannot see it like that. I can't. And I couldn't have done anything different. And in this moment, because it's I think this one season, I don't know which it was now exactly, but when we don't score at City, when they ball was pretty much over the line, but it was not. And in the same season, I think 2-3 weeks later, Aguero scores a goal where the ball is that much at Burnley over the line. Yeah, sorry, that's now not my fault. I don't take that. I take responsibility for everything, but not for that. So we could have, but it's fine. We could have won more Champions League. Being 3 times in a Champions League final is an outstanding achievement. Outstanding achievement. Being brave enough and try it always again as hard as we did is really outstanding. It is really brave, because a good chance that you lose the final. That's just how it is, because you face then Real Madrid. They win it. They found always a way to win it. And we tried again, and that's how it is. So I said before, I would not be happy if I would have thought I could have done more. I couldn't have done more. Could have done better. Me, not. Could somebody else done better? Yeah, probably. That's possible. But me in that situation, no. And that's why I'm fine with it.
Wasn't just all about Klopp leaving today, because we've heard some news about others leaving Liverpool as well this summer, haven't we?
Well, that's right, Hayley. And in the last 24 hours, of course, we also found out that Pep Lijnders has got a job lined up already. He'll be joining RB Salzburg as their head coach as well. So the next step in his management career. Also, though, today, and it's kind of been expected as well, because they're out of contract in the summer, Joel Matip and Thiago will be leaving the club when those contracts expire. Joel Matip, of course, won't get the opportunity to play at the weekend and say a final farewell to Anfield. He will, I'm sure, be there and be able to take part in the lap of honour at the end of the game against Wolves, but obviously still out injured. But Thiago, we saw the other day in training, and I suppose then potential that he'll be able to make that one last appearance at Anfield in a Liverpool shirt as well against Wolves. But when we asked Jurgen Klopp about the prospect of Joel Matip and Thiago leaving, this is what he had to say.
Have you ever seen a better free transfer than Joel Matip? You will not find a more likable person than Joel Matip. He's funny in its own way. It's ridiculously funny, to be honest, and a wonderful man with a wonderful family. So he has to make a decision: does he want to play on or not? That we will see that, or read it, or whatever. But whoever gets him is a lucky club, definitely, because he's world class and super humble. That together is now really rare, like super humble.
And just one final thing to say as well is a thank you to Jurgen Klopp as well for how he's been over the last 9 years or so, and thank you for the parting gift that he gave us all after that news conference today as well. I'm sure Liverpool fans, all of Anfield, will be raising a glass to Jurgen Klopp at the weekend as well.